That's because every house he enters is the Lord's house.
Well, he can answer this now.
No, you're ahead of me.
Oh, sorry.
What's your timestamp? We gotta get synced up here.
28:47.
Jesus Christ. I'm at 28:30. So don't do anything. And I'll let you know when to hit resume. Anyway, so he was objecting to, and then Vice President Dick Cheney at the time on the Senate floor told Patrick Leahy to go fuck himself.
Well, okay.
Press play.
I would like to point out that Dick Cheney shot a guy in the face, and the guy apologized.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, we've got Patrick Leahy, Dick Cheney told him to go fuck himself, and we've got Bernie Sanders, who is a slut, according to some other...
No. Senator Kennedy wanted the record to reflect that he didn't call him an ignorant slut.
Specifically did not call him an ignorant slut.
Yeah. It was basically his version of saying you called him everything but a white girl.
Yeah. Alright, so here we go. We got our surgery. As you pointed out, this guy was a dumbass on a skateboard and ruptured his stomach? Is that a stomach?
That's a stomach. That looks like a stomach.
So you put some staples in it, then you burn it with a laser, just like in real surgery, as we all saw.
And the staples disappear.
Mm-hmm. As we all saw that warning at the beginning, this is a graphic depiction of surgery. And that you are, Kasey, do not try this at home. You are to not try this at home.
You mean I can't cut out my... Or I used to joke that I wanted to take my gallbladder out with a melon baller.
Yeah, that is nothing to joke about. Do not try this at home. I know this looks really appealing to do surgery at home, but do not.
But how will I know?
And if you ever need to turn away because this is too graphic, just let me know.
I will.
Okay, good.
I like how they didn't do an X-ray or anything to check on the knee.
No, it gets so much better. Like, the injuries that people come in with versus what you actually have to do in the game. If this game wasn't so fucking buggy, it would be kind of funny. You can see the website in the corner is agame.com if you want to go play it yourself. I don't know why you would, though. Because coming up, I think after this... Okay, so Ellie got into a bike accident. She has some very swollen bruises and a punctured lung.
You know, for somebody with a punctured lung, she's looking pretty good.
For somebody with a punctured lung, why are they worried about bruises?
Yeah.
This hospital has their priorities wrong. And there we go. I click continue, and it freezes. This is not the video. This is not your internet, Kasey. This is the game itself. Freezes for 2 minutes.
Please tell me you didn't leave all the 2 minutes in.
I absolutely did, because it actually froze for much longer than that. And I cut it down to 2 minutes, because that's what it actually took. See, here's what's so buggy about it. The game's not actually frozen.
It's loading?
No, it's not even loading. That continue button is broken, and I just clicked it in the wrong place. So the place that I clicked does not actually do anything. It doesn't load anything. It makes the sparkles in the loading bar come up, but doesn't like hyperlink to anything.
Wow.
So what got cut out from all of this is me like trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And then you'll see when it resumes that I just have to go to a different part of the continue bar and click that for it to continue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice Foley work there. Pouring your drink.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I don't know who agame.com has programming their shit, but you all deserve to be fired and probably shot. So here we go. Look, got a couple of swollen bruises, I guess. That's what those are supposed to be. Those look like actual puncture wounds, though.
Yeah. They're not gonna have you sew it up.
No, that's just they're small cuts, so it just requires the laser and the disinfect. Yeah. But then we got to cut inside for the punctured lungs.
Wow, at least you don't have to take anything out of them.
how did those lungs get punctured when her exterior was not punctured?
She broke a rib.
Did you see any ribs on the way in?
Well, we went from chest to lungs. Like, we really didn't go anywhere else.
Exactly. This woman has no ribs.
Girl. It's a girl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was only 15, wasn't she?
Yeah. She's not like Fred. Maybe she was hanging out with Fred. He's a bad influence.
I think they were all hanging out together, yeah. I would love to see, like, Kasey, while you're recovering, if you want to do some fiction for
Fred and,
Operation, for the whole game, for Operation Hospital Surgery, whatever it was called.
I would have to rewatch this and write everybody's name down.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was Fred and Katie, I think it was, right?
Well, we'll find out at the end. I think they say her name again.
Yeah.
I just remember it being Fred, because, like, who looked at their kid nowadays and goes, I'm gonna name him Fred?
Someone who is a big fan of former Saturday Night Live actor Fred Armisen.
I guess.
Who, apparently he's dating Natasha Lyonne. I didn't know about. No.
And tell him. So...
doesn't say her name. Okay, now coming up next. Marie, she's 16. She was camping with some friends and was bitten by a snake.
Oh, shit. Give her some anti-venom and move on with your life.
Mm-hmm. My theory here is that the paramedics dropped her. Because it said the poison has been extracted, but the medics took too long to get here. Now she has several infected wounds.
That's not how... That's not how poison...
Look at those snake bites that are now infected. Like, this is definitely not something a snake did to her.
No.
These
I think the
paramedics.
French tried to kill her.
Or the paramedics.
I think it was her friends. Because she was camping with friends. Where the fuck were they when she got bit by the snake? How do we know they didn't put the snake in her tent?
I don't... You'll see. So far, there's no puncture wounds, though. I don't think a snake was ever really there.
Maybe it was a snake with a knife.
Oh, yeah, could be. I forgot about those.
The dangerous knife snakes?
Mm-hmm. And this was something, too, you'll see, this will happen a few times. I'm not sure if it was the game messing up or my keyboard messing up, because I have this wireless keyboard that has a trackpad on it. And sometimes the keyboard itself like automatically defaults to where using the trackpad counts as a mouse button. So like sometimes like when I'm using stuff, it doesn't stop because it like records, like there, it drags across the whole screen. I'm not doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
But again, this game's so buggy, I'm willing to blame the game.
Well, I was gonna say, like, it annoys me that, like, I have an external mouse on my laptop, but I can't shut down the trackpad. Why can't I deactivate the trackpad if I have a mouse attached? Makes no fucking sense. And, like, I've gone through settings and everything. So it's like, I've been actively trying to find how to turn off the trackpad. Because if I have a mouse plugged in, like, there's no point to have the trackpad, and it just fucks me up.
Yeah.
But, there's apparently nothing you can do. Or at least not... I mean, I've hunted. So...
I'm surprised that you can't do something in, like, the device manager.
That's where I've been, like, I've hunted all through and haven't been able to find anything, so I don't know.
Or maybe there's, like, a registry thing that you can fuck with. Okay, here we go. Real quick, though. You can see by the... Actually, I'll end up pointing to it later on. I've got nothing left I can do to this arm. You'll see my completion is stuck at, like, I don't know, 95%. And that's because the next action, which would have been making an incision, never loaded. So I literally cannot go anywhere from this point. I just have to... This is like a weird kind of like
Soft lock?
purgatory. Yeah. Well, it's like a weird kind of like purgatorial punishment for a surgeon of a patient dying on you, and there's just nothing you can do. You just have to sit here and watch her die. As apparently all the paramedics didn't get all the poison out. And even though we did our best to patch her up, she just has to die on our table. Let me try again. It's like, did you ever see the movie? I don't know if we watched it. If I brought it over to watch, what time was Southbound?
No.
It's kind of like an anthology horror movie with pretty much like 4 short stories.
So like Freak Show or
vaguely connect. Yeah, or like the Twilight Zone movie, or kind of even more recently, a little bit like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, what they did with that one.
I liked that movie.
It certainly was fucking dark, that movie. I couldn't see shit during it.
Yeah, I mean, there are things I liked about it, but yeah, it was really fucking dark. I think it got more shit than it deserved.
Yeah, well, it was one of those things. There's so much build up for it. It was never going to meet the expectations. But anyway, so there's a scene in or one of the vignettes, I guess you would call it, in Southbound. There's like a guy. There's a guy driving down a dark desert highway.
Cool wind in his hair.
Cool wind in his hair. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed this was a snake with a knife.
Yeah.
Knife snake.
Knife snake. I think the snake was the knife. I think maybe she got stabbed with a snake. You know? Anyway. So he's driving down the highway. He's on the phone with his wife, trying to pick out a dress for some occasion. And one of the characters from a previous vignette, who's... I'm not going to tell their story, so you watch it. Anyway, she's fleeing something. She runs out in the middle of the highway, and he fucking nails her with a car. And for a brief second, he considers doing a hit and run. And then he decides to do the right thing, and he pulls over, calls 911. And they're like, okay, well, take her to the hospital, because we can't track your location on your GPS, so we can't send a paramedic to you. So he loads her up into the car, drives to the next town, and the whole town's like abandoned, with no explanation whatsoever. Goes to the local hospital that's there. It's completely abandoned still. And so he's on the phone now with the 911 operator and an emergency doctor. Mm-hmm. And they start basically like telling him what to do.
Hold on. I got knocked off.
Oh. Should I pause the video?
Yes. Okay. What's your timestamp?
41:25.
All right.
Push play?
Yeah.
Okay. So the ER doctor and the 911 operator who's on the phone start telling him what to do in order to save her life. But what they end up doing is just like walking him through the process of killing her. And once like the last breath is breathed from her body, he very solemnly tells them that she died. And then the two voices on the phone just start laughing at him. And he ends up hanging up. He finds a car, a change of clothes, exactly like what he was wearing. A car that looks exactly like, that was exactly his car. Mm-hmm. And that's it. He calls his wife back and goes on his way. And it's one of the most, like, existential terror moments in film. It's a really, really good horror movie. And I know I just kind of spoiled that whole thing, but I left a lot out, so you should still watch it.
Yeah, viewers. I'll have to check it out.
And Kasey. All right, here's Arthur. He's 18. He fell through a glass patio door.
He must have been drunk.
I think so. I think they were all... I think he was drunk on snake venom. And
he's the one who stabbed Marie with the snake.
Yeah. This is where the game just breaks completely. I never get past this level, and you'll see why. Because you got to pull out the glass and everything like that. Also, I don't know who the medical consultant was on this game, but if your pulse is like 173 beats per minute, like's going on up there, I think your heart's about to explode.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's called white coat syndrome.
No.
I get really nervous when I go to the doctor.
Oh.
So when they go to take my blood pressure, it's slightly high.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they usually have to take it at the end of my visits. But they keep taking it at the start, and they're like, you know, you really have really high blood pressure. And it's like, I'm panicking. That's why.
I have the opposite problem. My blood pressure tends to run pretty low. I always get these awkward conversations whenever I'm at a medical facility and get my blood pressure done, where the nurse or whoever's taking my blood pressure always does the follow-up question of, do you tend to faint a lot? I have to go, no, am I supposed to?
I run into because my veins are hard to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones in my arm. So usually they have to either go through my wrist or my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only had 2 people ever hit the vein in my elbow. Like, okay. First try. That wound's infected.
I like this. I think this is where the just completely shits out on me. And I come back to it a second time, and I let it die the second time. So, drop that piece of glass. I can't get rid of that piece of glass. Oh, wait, there we go. Maybe it's not this part. But it is this level.
You can't let, or you have to let, Eric? What the hell was his name?
Arthur, I think. Arthur. Who fell through the patio window.
Yeah, he seems really fucking chipper for somebody who fell through a patio window.
Well, what about that Katie who had a ruptured lung?
Punctured, but yeah. No,
punctured, yeah.
Fucking happy too. So, one of the YouTubers I follow is a guy who owns tarantulas and, like, exotic animals like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to watch it. His name's Exotic Lair, and he has a snake named Pissy. And it's this little hobnosed snake that thinks she's a cobra. And when we were making jokes about how that girl was stabbed by a snake, Pissy would totally stab people. Pissy would totally stab people. She bit one of his friends, then got infected.
Oh, nice.
Or not infected. Hobnosed snakes have really low-level venom.
Here we go. Halfway through this round. The next part doesn't load. And so now Arthur has to just die on our table. Here's me just using a scalpel all over the place.
Why can't you just stab him multiple times? Like,
I was trying to. I figured that the incision marks didn't load, but maybe like the hit box would still be there. And that didn't work. So here I am killing him by rubbing ice on him.
Freeze him!
And then, I wonder if this is the part. Maybe, I don't...
I think this is funny because I ended up rage quitting,
And then I give him a shot of adrenaline. And the incision marks still don't load, so I kill him by gently rubbing astringent on him.
I've been watching, I don't know why, but I've been watching a lot of, or I was watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy until it made me rage quit.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
And it was because of a line about how basically, like, crazy people can't be trusted, and they'll put you on antipsychotics, and you'll never be normal again. And I was like, go fuck yourself, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
And so I rage quit it, like, in the middle of season 7. And what I think is funny is I don't even like the show. Like, I watched it out of sheer inertia.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't even know. I didn't have to watch it, but I was.
Yeah, I have not. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I'm currently watching Glow, and I'm kind of enjoying that one. I think that's pretty good. I watched Bridgerton.
What did you think?
I think I'm not gonna continue watching it. Because so you obviously, it sounds like you watched it.
Yeah, I did.
Are
we gonna talk about the awkward rape scene that's like in the middle of it?
Oh, where she forces pregnancy?
Or she forces him to...
Yeah, to finish in her.
Yeah, I read the book.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene in the movie, or in the TV show,
yeah,
better than what happened in the book.
Okay. I would imagine a lot of things in the book were better than what happened in the TV show. The show wasn't that good.
I mean, not better than it happened in the book. Like, the TV show was better than what she did in the book.
Oh. So, okay, but real quick. This piece of glass never goes away now. So I can't complete the level. I have to work around this shard of glass that's sticking out. My problem with Bridgerton was that I didn't care about the Duke, or was it Daphne?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really like either of them. I thought the most interesting character and most interesting potential for a character arc was Eloise. And I like that. I like that idea, especially for that era. Like this girl who is going to be swimming uphill against the fate that her family is bestowing upon her, and trying to choose autonomy and education versus just being a bride. I really just did not care about Daphne or the Duke at all. I didn't think that even the actors who did a good enough job, but I didn't see any chemistry between them.
Well, like, the show is to concentrate. Yeah, wow,
even when I cut him open, that
Holy
piece of glass
shit!
is still there.
How is he so smiley to get fucking into the hospital and it's just like, oh yeah, whatever.
These pieces of glass cannot leave his heart either. Every time I drag him to the tray, they just fly right back. But you then again notice his heart isn't attached to anything. It's just kind of like there. Okay. So I'm doubting how human these people are.
Give him the adrenaline shot. Fuck it.
There we go. Yeah. He may not live, but at least he'll die twice. Anyway, yeah, so watch Bridgerton. Someone tried recommending the show Behind Her Eyes. It has a very good soundtrack, but it's about like 3 or 4 just really obnoxious British people, and I fucking hated that one too.
I was gonna say, with Bridgerton though, every season's gonna be about a different sibling, so you could always just hold out for the Eloise season.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. But I've heard that the next one, the next series is going to be about one of the sons. Yeah. Anthony. So here's me restarting. This is I think attempt number 3 or attempt number 2, not counting the adrenaline shot. Yeah.
No, this is attempt number 3.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's attempt number 2. Well, because the adrenaline shot was, I guess, attempt number 2. But
No, you got to the heart in attempt number 2.
Right.
There was one attempt before that, so this would be attempt number 3.
Oh, that's right. It did. The thing never loaded, and I killed him with a stringent.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There was a show that was on Facebook Watch of all fucking places. And I've been trying to get people to watch it, but nobody has. It's based on a podcast called Limetown. And I think that the person who, like the showrunner from the podcast, was a creative consultant or something, because it was a really good adaptation. And is it Jessica Biel? Is that her name?
I guess. I don't know. I've never heard of this show.
The actress, because I've never liked other stuff she's done.
Yeah, I think it's Jessica Biel. Coffee, are you gonna say hello?
But she does a really good job in this show, and it's only one season, and it's just a great mindfuck show.
Nice.
Stanley Tucci's in it as well. You gotta love Stanley Tucci.
Who doesn't love Stanley Tucci? He's like Mr. Rogers. Like, if you don't like him, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I don't know how he's kind of like skirted getting the Tom Hanks treatment. You know.
Because he's Stanley Tucci and not Tom Hanks.
I guess I think it's because he's played a villain more times, and he does a great job at playing a villain.
Yeah. Coffee, you keep stalking around here like you're gonna fucking cuddle up, like, bitch, shit or get off the pot.
There's a great episode of the Graham Norton show, and Stanley Tucci's on one of the guests. And there's a segment where Graham Norton is reading poorly translated menu items. And Stanley Tucci just loses he breaks down crying, laughing so much. And like one of the menu items was like roasted ass meat, I think is what it said. And so Graham Norton like asked the question, like, what kind of wine goes with ass meat? And Stanley Tucci like loses it when he gets asked that. And there was someone who made a great caption, took a screenshot of it, made a great caption of posed the question of like, what kind of wine goes with ass meat? And it shows Stanley Tucci, and it just goes, "This is the face of the man who knows the answer but doesn't want to say it."
I see another stuck piece of glass.
Yeah. Again, I don't think there's any way to actually beat this level, because it just glitches out.
So, I read The Boys, and I watched The Boys.
You read Oh yeah, I did watch that one too, as well.
The comics are so much better. I can't think of the writer's name. They're so much better.
Was that Grant Morrison? Was that one of his?
No. His first name starts with an E. Fuck. Please tell me you're looking it up.
Yeah, I'm consulting the Oracle.
Oh, thank God.
Eric Kripke? Oh wait. No, Garth Ennis. That's who I was. Okay, who did I say?
You said Grant Morrison.
Okay,
who still holds my favorite Batman quote of all fucking time. Which is, lying in a pool of my own blood and vomit. Yes, this is the way to strike fear into the hearts of criminals. Because snarky Batman is best Batman.
I'm getting my comic people confused here. Hold on a second. So Garth Ennis, he did Preacher.
The Voice in Preacher, yeah.
He did. Who fucking did Transmetropolitan?
I don't know that one.
Do we want to say a quick goodbye that I could edit in, and then I can stop recording this?
Yeah, sure. I like the idea you just leave it.